for that podcast.
All right, and now we're gonna get into the main topic. I usually write notes. I usually say stuff when it comes to it, but I don't think this needs to have any explanation when it comes to notes or read anything from the article. And our main topic is just going to be the N word, right? So let's just throw it out there, right? Are you like as a group? Are you comfortable saying the N word around your kids? Also, do you want them saying it? Why or
I'm
why
not
not?
comfortable. I'm not comfortable at all. Every time I even hear it, I cringe, to be honest with you. Just because of the history of it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't want to. I mean, it became a slur word. It's a slur word. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want my kids saying it at all.
I hear you, but it is difficult for me. I'll be the first to say that. So I don't want to say it around my family either. I don't say it around my family. And it's also because I've been in an interracial relationship that I don't say it around my family for some reason. But they do need a little history. They will know when they're older. But if I'm at my sister's and my mom's and my brother's house and it's just me and them, that shit flies off the tongue. And I don't know why. Like it's just how we talk, right? So it's kind of like a word of endearment or an expression or something like that. It's more so just saying like instead of saying Tyler, I'm gonna say the N-word, right? If I'm trying to get that reaction from him. So that's for me, but I will feel uncomfortable if my kid says it. I'm not gonna lie. And I don't want them to I don't want them to know it now. Right. Just because I don't want you to go to preschool and start flying it off the women of the tongue. Like, can you imagine if like your kid went to school and see like fucking Barry, who's like a little white kid, say nigga, like come on, man. So I don't know. Tyler, you smiling over there? What are you trying to say?
No, I'm just look. We all are very close, and Gabby's my goddaughter, so I'm just imagining her rolling up into preschool, curly hair, fucking Annie from the just walking into preschool like, "What up, my nigga?" Right. And just she's gonna be full on submerged in all parts of Black culture just because of her family, and that just made me smile. That's why I was laughing. But I mean, if I'm thinking about it in terms of my own household, again, I am the one who's not in an interracial relationship. It's black on black on black over here. So, I mean, when it comes down to it, Alex, I'm the same way, B. I don't want to hear it, but it's present in all of my culture. It's so hard for me to really find myself getting upset with it. So I guess it comes with an age, right? Like you guys just point.
Now here's a question. Here's a question though. How would you feel if there was like external family of yours saying it in front of your kid? Does that matter? I mean,
again, I want people to have good sense, but like
some people don't got good sense. That's the problem.
Like, and I'm thinking like the old uncles that we saw in like Florida and North Carolina, like when we were younger, like they have no filter. They have no filter, and then who am I to be like, as a grown man, hey, watch real quick. He's going to be like, N-word, I used to change your diapers, boy. Like, I don't know. It's a tough cookie to swallow. I just know in terms of my household, I'm not going to be like teaching it like first nature. Like, hey, this is what you should be saying. Say this, say this, say this. I won't even try to make sure that they hear me say it, often. It's going to happen, but I'm just going to hope that they're not going to be present enough to hear me say it. But if they say it at a certain age, I'm probably not going to trip,
Right.
It's just so prominent in culture. It's just hard.
Right.
That's a hard one.
Here's the problem. My younger brother likes to play Call of Duty all the time. He plays with headsets. He's like, it's crazy, right? So my son goes there. You know what I'm saying? So he goes there, and one day he came home and he had a freaking Nerf gun, right? So he showed around. He's like, he's saying it, bro. I'm like, what you say? He was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yo.
bro, and I'm mad as hell. So I go right on my phone. I'm like, yo, I understand. I text my brother, like, I understand. You know, when you get to the game, you hit it, heat of the moment. I understand. But yo, my kid said, and he was like, oh, being a bit defensive about it. But yo, I'm like,
Right. That's how they
Right.
get. They get defensive. You can't even do nothing. You know,
nah.
like
Right.
you let them hear it and you hope that was enough, but they always get defensive and they're like, nah, you ain't about to check me on what I'm about to
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I can say what I want to say. Don't bring a bias, some shit like that. If that was the case, or that is frustrating. And Tyler, I know what you're talking about when it comes to, like, the older generation, right? And we've been around a bunch of, like, older, uncles, aunts, grandparents, all that stuff that it just comes right off the cusp, and it's just, and some of them do it in front of the kids, and you kind of like, well, I hope they don't remember that word, because I don't want you saying it saying it at home. Because I'm just thinking about the funny part of it on the flip side of, like, again, like my daughter or eventually my son, when he's talking and then he's hanging out with grandma, my wife's mom, or somebody like that, and dropping N-bombs. Like, it ain't gonna feel right.
What if they drop the C-bomb?
Yeah, exactly.
That little thing you dip in soup. What if they drop that? What if they drop that? And then they start asking.
Yeah. So I don't have
What's
the answer. The only thing I can think of is just try to teach it as a bad word, and hopefully they don't say it. My daughter, I think her bad word is poop, so we're gonna keep it that way right now. We don't say poop in the house. Do you have to use the bathroom? Like,
I'm interested to hear what Keandre's got.
Me too. Fire away.
That's with Caden.
This is why we got this. Come on, fire away.
Because I'm a little bit loose with my words. So so growing up, I mean, I'd have grandparents call me the N-word. Like as a little baby, right? Like, so it's hard for me to, like, I understand that it's probably a word that shouldn't be said, and I understand everybody's feelings about it. But it's very hard for me because it's, how girls use like bitch as, like, different types of ways you can refer to each other.
Right.
Like, depending on how you say it, depending on, like, your tone, depending on, like, the situation, it could mean many different things. So that's kind of like how I use the N-word for me. It could mean many different things, but it's very hard because my wife was like, don't say that. You shouldn't say that. And I'm like, it's hard for me because I say it to them. Right? Like, I might say it.
I gotta laugh at that.
I know.
Like, I'm very, like, straight up forward, So to me, like, in the mornings, I mean, I do it to be funny sometimes, but I also do it, like, at all. Like, that's what I'm saying. It means a lot of things depending on how I say it. But my older boy won't say it. Younger one, he'll say it, but he doesn't realize. I don't let him make it funny. Right? Like, I don't let him think it's a joke. He's saying it. Like, if it just comes out, then let it just come out. But don't laugh. It's not funny. But also, just don't say it.
Is that the same when it comes to swears, Keandre? Who you and your family?
So that's why I'm a little loose. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know. I think I've said it, like, in our first season, we were talking about our kids saying, when me and my boys have a relationship where I allow them to do things that they probably shouldn't do, but they can only do with me. Right. So, well, just one of them wants to be me.
Right.
Like, right. So the other one is like a good boy. He knows all the bad words, but he doesn't ever want to say them. he'll skip the words in the song, stuff like that. But the other one will say the words, say all the words. I tell him like, oh, if I was like, listen, I'm only letting you say these because I say them.
All right.
Because I am not gonna. I sing songs in the car, and I'm not skipping over any words. Right, but I just real harp on them, and I'm like, honestly, the consequences will come to me in the end if they're at school and they say something, because then I'll get a call, and then I'll be like, okay, and I have to tell them. I just tell them, don't be at school saying all the words Daddy says, okay? And honestly, and if your mom doesn't want you to say it, then you don't say it.
Because we all know that mom is the overarching person in the house, right? I think we could agree to that. I know we're together, but if mom says something like, "Hey man, listen to your mom. Don't listen to
like
me."
I don't care if I tell you you can.
Right.
As soon as mom says no, then it's no.
There's been plenty of times that I've said yes, and then mom has said no, and you just see me just take the sip of water, just turn around, and start walking away.
Because then they look at it.
She said it.
Yeah. So mom says no, then it's no.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because I'm not having a conversation with mom about what I told them and what. No, it's no.
Right. So, all right. Good talk.
But they it's really just one of my kids that really like wants to do it. He wants to do it because I do it. But I'll wake him up in the morning. Like, you niggas better wake up today.
I mean,
Oh man.
But that's how, like,
right.
if I say that, I'm like, hey, you niggas better wake up because daddy gotta go to work.
Right.
So I might say like that, and then they might get up, but they don't think it's funny. I'm not using it funny.
Right.
Because it requires. I'm not saying, hey guys, get up today, because that's not how I talk to them. So, if I'm in a rush, then whatever is gonna come out how it comes out is
coming in hot.
Yeah. Exactly. If I come in hot, so I might use swear words in there too.
Yeah. So.
Like it's just how I am, but it's just like, but that's where I'm saying, like, I let them do a lot of stuff that people wouldn't let kids do, because a lot of times I require a lot of them. So I try to balance that as like a father, right? Because you don't want to be completely mean or completely controlling, but you also want to give like the freedom of like imagination and self-discovery, and let them figure out what they want to say, what they don't want to say, how they want to do things, what they don't want to do. Because I've never told the older one not to say it.
Right.
He just won't.
He just won't. Yep.
He just won't. No matter if he's by himself, no matter if he's with mom or not with mom, with me or not with me. I've heard them be in the room, just the two of them, just the 7 and 8 year old in the room together. And I've heard like conversations, because I'm always listening. I'll listen behind the door. But it's because I want to know what they're talking about when nobody's around. When it's just the 7 or 8 year old together playing. And sometimes what?
Just get cameras.
I know.
Take it a step further. There you go.
So they still talk, and I'll hear them say bad words.
Yeah.
But one correct the other one.
No, correct.
You're like, don't say that, Kaden. You know Daddy don't like when you say that word, or you know Mommy don't like when you say that. He always correcting his brother, so it makes me feel a little bit better that I always have one who, no matter what, is going to do the right thing.
Checking himself, yeah, and checking.
Yeah,
out.
so you feel better that I have at least one who can check the other. The parents aren't around.
All right. Well, anybody else got anything to say? All right. To conclude, do what you want as a family. We don't know. Just don't get a call from the teacher at the end of the day. Anyways.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to take it away for the quarter of the episode?
All right. I guess I'll do it.
Guess you do it.
Guys.
Guess you do it.
Nah.
Go ahead.
No pressure, right? So I got you. Quote of the day. is the courage to raise a child that makes you a father.
Woo, woo.
That was by Barack Obama.
It was by Barack Obama.
Hmm.
So
That's
Courage
real.
to raise a
Oh,
child.
no.
it is. It is. It's scary as fuck. Try to raise a kid. Not gonna lie.
It is. It really is, though. They said they don't teach you this shit, bro. Like, I don't know. Some of the shit my son do is funny, but I know he ain't supposed to be doing it. I don't
That's
know.
what we're here for.
You see what we're doing?
Listen, that's what we're here for, people. That's why you need us, so that you can
Right.
just stumble through our mistakes.
You know?
There you go.
Shit.
There you go. Tell us about yours for sure, so we don't make them either.
Right.
Right. There you go. There you go. All right. So thank you, listeners, for listening. Hit that subscribe button. Come check us out. We'll see you in number 4. Guys,
Press
peace.
it. Press it.